Ammirati. I'm the Director of Research and Programs here at TAUNY in Canton, New York. And along with Ruth McWilliams, I'm the co-curator of this exhibit, St. Lawrence County Barn Quilts. We're very excited to have another special guest with us here today, Carol Rose from Trout Lake, New York, who is a wonderful and prolific barn quilt painter and has painted this barn quilt, Crowin About My Garden, and is going to tell us a little bit about how people can use design elements to tell a bit of a story and say a little something about local life and culture, and more. So Carol, if you'd like to start us off by telling us a little about how you got into barn quilting.
In 2016, during the spring, I took 2 workshops with Ruth McWilliams, learning how to make barn quilts. She's a wonderful instructor. She's energetic, she's knowledgeable, and I admire her so much. So if you're interested in barn quilting, get in touch with Ruth McWilliams. She's here. You can contact her through TAUNY here. That got me started, and since then I've just painted pretty much non-stop. I think I've made between 300 and 400 of the barn quilts and sold them on Etsy and that sort of thing. But I just love making them and coming up with new ideas, maybe put something in the middle of a star that a picture of their dog or whatever, their horse. So this one, I wanted to make it about the North Country, so of course with our gardening enthusiasm during the summers, I decided to get the gardening theme in, and I'd made this particular pattern before where the sides were just solid with a little block or star in the corners. And this one, I wanted to work in the nostalgic buffalo plaid, and in the corners I wanted to do something that would just kind of speak to the whole thing. So I got an idea about the crows all having a conversation together about how they're going to attack this garden and have a feast of their own. So that's where this idea came about.
That's great. And can you tell us a little bit more about the process of it? Are there any, you could describe how you did particular parts of it?
This buffalo plaid is a little tricky, but you can learn to do it. There's 4 different colors here, and it's just a lot of taping. You use a special kind of paint, yellow frog tape I use, it's a brand, and there's just a long process, but it's doable. This is just the traditional where you, this part here, this geometric part, you put the tape down and you basically roll the paint colors in. This was a little more freehand here. I did use some tape and a razor blade to get some of the designs out and did a little freehand painting in the veins and that sort of thing. And it's all done on a 1/2-inch MDO board, which is an exterior plywood that's covered with paper on both sides, and it's primed twice, and all the paint is 3 coats with high-end, mostly Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams, they're high-end latex paint.
And is there anything else that you think you'd like people to know about if they were to try to make barn quilts, or just know about the process?
There's a lot of different ideas you can get. If you Google barn quilts online, if you're wondering about a particular theme, you can say crow barn quilt or a sunflower barn quilt. Then definitely get the best quality materials that you can. The 1/2-inch plywood, which is MDO, you can get it at places like Lowe's or Home Depot. 2 coats of high-end primer, 3 coats of high-end paint, and no covering over the top, no polyurethane or anything, which will crack and yellow over time, and then you'll have to chip it off, and then you chip the paint off. But these quilts will last for a long time if you're just getting started, or even if you need some pointers, get in touch with Ruth McWilliams. She'll get you going.
That's great, and it's wonderful to think that using those materials, this can just last for years and years and years and years, and we're so glad to get to have you here for just a little while to enjoy in the gallery. So thank you so much for contributing it to the exhibit and joining us today, and thank you all for doing